What's up? What's up, guys? I'm here with another video, and in this video, I'll be exposing myself again, right? And why am I doing this? Like, it's getting constantly tired, right? So, I think because of my leg injuries, I think because everyone knows that my leg gets hurt, or whoever watches this video, now why this happens, right? And also, what needs to change, right? I think I have to make this video because this is pretty serious and I don't think this should not continue anymore. So as you can see, I've been making a lot of excuses. People's been making a lot of excuses, of, why, I'm getting better and, why, oh, I'm just, make a mistake. It's just the first time. No, this happens like many times, and I keep telling myself like, yeah, you cannot repeat this habit, right? If there's something not right in life, you should not do it. And I told myself, somebody has to tell you every single day, not to do it, and you still do it. And this is what happened. So yeah, how did I injure my leg? Oh, I just run too much. I run way too hard. And now, my body, is now, kind of like, it's like protesting and it just doesn't want to work anymore. So specifically, my left leg is now hurting and my right leg is pretty, I say about 99% like normal. So just maybe a little bit injured, but yeah, my right leg will get injured soon, because it has to work, very hard, to support the entire body. But anyway, man, like this has happened like numerous times. Multiple times, right? This didn't happen the first time. Like, okay, I overtrain myself, I overdo in running, and I get injured, right? But now, it has gone so worse that now, I couldn't even return to work. And now I have to stay home for like almost a month and, just to recover. And, and during my recovery, like I said, like I was too anxious to get back to normal and I overworked my body and why does this happen again? And now, I have to lie in bed again. The other day I can just, walk normal, but I should not overwalk then. That's what happened. I did not run or anything, but you should take it easy, if you know your body isn't, back yet. I did not listen to my body. I did not. What do you mean if you did not listen to your body? It means that you... See, that's another thing. That's another problem with me, man. I don't like to admit my mistake. And that's... this being the Ovens, I have numerous of issues. I'm like, a lot of issues. And this is why I'm never gonna be successful. This is why I don't think I have a future right now. And if you want to admit that, I'm a great person, I'm a successful person, I am God. Look, man, I am not a good person. Right? The injuries already explained to you, like, why am I in this situation? Why am I struggling in life? Look, man, when if you... See, this is me, man. I make a mistake and I'm too stubborn, to fix it, right? Yeah, that's one thing that people really hate or really get concerned about. If you make a mistake and you don't never admit it and you keep repeating it again and you're too stubborn, then you're gonna fail in life. And this is exactly what happened. Just seeing that, I have a lot of issue, and now why I don't have a lot of friends now. Now I know why people complain about me. So yeah, at the end of the day, don't feel sorry, of what I've been through, because I deserve it, man. I put myself in this situation, and I even argue to people, and sometimes when I make a mistake, or sometimes when they make their mistake, sometimes I get really criticized, sometimes, I even argue, or talk back to them. And I know, like, I like to talk back to people sometime too, so this is not acceptable. And yeah, and I got what I deserve, like I said again. And I get angry at people, for, just because I don't like their opinion, or they disagree, or they just don't respect me. Now I can clearly see why. This happens. right? I lie to myself every single year, saying that I will get better. So let me recap of what happened, in the last few years. So have I gotten better? Absolutely not, because I'm still the same person, you know. Maybe I did get better, but then I end up falling back to the same path. And now I fall into this path where now I'm just struggling to walk again. And maybe I could be out for a long time. You know that I'm not gonna live very long if I'm gonna be act like this, right? So ever since I become the Vince, I actually did not get better, but I'm actually getting worse, and people don't see that. Look, man, you keep telling me like I'm just a perfect person. Oh, I'm like the best. Oh, I have absolutely no problem. Oh, you're perfectly normal. Shh. Look, man, you don't know everything about me, okay? Just because you know me very well, just because you see me for many years, just because you know everything about my personality, that doesn't mean you know everything about me. Sometimes you don't know everything about a person. They may look very good and very nice to you on the outside, but if you look at inside and if you've been, like following their lifestyle or keep track of every single detail, then you will clearly tell the difference, right? So don't tell me to ignore my problem. If you see a problem, you cannot ignore it. That's why I've been saying it. And sometimes I like to ignore my problem. And now, I got myself, busted, right? Well, this is why I've gotten a lot of trouble in the past, because, I get really impatient, I get really frustrated, and then, I get really frustrated about a mistake, and having patient problem, and this is why I make mistakes. This is why I always get myself in trouble in the past, right? This is something like I shouldn't regret. No, I need to regret, right? Now I can't think properly because now I'm too busy ranting about myself. And sometimes when I don't like take responsibility, I like to make blames and excuses. See, this is a sign you don't want to learn. This tells me the sign. You just don't want to learn new things. Look, man, you're gonna have to make mistakes in life. Bro, everybody makes mistakes, right? I mean, mistakes are for you to learn, right? And if you do, I get like, if you make this mistake like a certain amount of time, then it does get very concerning, right? Well, think about this, man. Think about this. What are the consequences, like of me, overtraining and over, running, in the past, and now, my leg gets constantly cramped and hurt, and now, I have to go to the doctor, waste all my monies and bills, and then I lost a lot of opportunity to go to work and lost all that money that I could have made. So there, like I'm probably losing a lot of money now, and now, a lot more people, now, I'm getting exposed on internet. Now we have internet, like we didn't have, back in the old days, and now, a lot of people can look at this and, and know, my true personality. There's a lot of things that I've been hiding, so a lot of people are now gonna start losing my trust because of what I said in this video. And now a lot of people, are not gonna like me anymore, just because I exposed myself. Like I said, man, because I grew up in this society, I always have to speak for the facts and truth. Sometimes you don't even know it's true, but you have to admit it is true, and you have to believe it. I know it's very hard to tell between the truth and the lie, because a lot of people lie about these days, A lot of people can tell about false information. But we have to stay true as possible, so that way we don't get confused, and that way, we don't lose each other's trust. Because you know what happened when the boy cried wolf all the time, and then, when he lied, then If he's in trouble, then nobody's gonna help him. That's gonna happen to me one of these days, and I can see it happening. I don't lie about this kind of stuff, right? That's a consequence. Now I cannot run anymore. Now I cannot, go. I mean, in the future, like I actually wanted to sign, doing some more, running races or run at my, at my peak. But now I don't think it can happen anymore because now I lost trust in myself and my family lost trust in me. Like I won't be able to run anymore. I can jog or or walk or run, but I cannot do like sprinting. I cannot do any more workout because I have lost that privilege. Eventually, if you make a mistake and if you make a really big mistake, then eventually you're gonna lose a privilege and eventually you will never recover and you feel regret and you lose something that's a privilege. And the privilege is that maybe I'm not gonna run anymore. Now I've lost a lot of privilege. I don't enjoy life anymore. I suffer pain. This is what I get. Oh, this is another perfect example, of why I never learned my mistake. Spoofing in Pokemon Go. There's a reason why I have not logged in. I haven't even downloaded Pokemon Go. I don't even bother to even look at it or think about it or talk about it. There's a reason why I don't talk about Pokemon Go anymore. It's because I got permanent banned Pokemon Go. Like, how did this happen? Watch my older video. I don't need to explain to you. So anyway, I have to explain this video because I have to make example out of it. Yeah, for example, Pokemon Go give you 3 strike, in terms of service, as an example. Your first strike is that you're going to get shadow ban. Okay, that's going to last maybe 7 weeks. I don't need to explain what a shadow ban is. I don't need to explain any of those, discipline because you can just read from your website. You get a second strike, you get a 30-day ban. And if you get a third strike, you're going to get permanent ban. And sometimes if you really violate it, terms of service, sometimes, Niantic has the right to straight ban you. So, yeah, so Niantic does give you, like, plenty of chances, and they do give you a chance to read the term service. That way you don't break the rules of playing, Pokemon Go, for example. And if you break Pokemon Go's terms of service, then you're going to get a permanent ban. And you will not be able to log in your Pokemon Go, and you're going to have to create a new account. Right? So obviously, I think Niantic has probably watched my videos, seeing that I have multiple accounts, and I actually spoof. I think spoofing in Pokemon Go, I continue to spoof, and I continue not to learn my mistake, and then therefore I lost my account. It's called a main account, and I can tell you that I've been spending like 6 years playing Pokemon Go. I have not, and I finally got banned Pokemon Go. The first year of Pokemon Go I played, I did not get banned anything. So starting my second year of Pokemon Go, I realized I don't have a lot of time to play, and this is why I'm gonna have to spoof, right? And obviously because there's a circumstances been going on around ever since 2020, and now like I just feel like I don't want to walk out there anymore because I know that if I go out there, I know that Pokemon Go has been a huge distraction. And I get addicted to it. I get play until the permanent ban. And this is what forced me to stop playing Pokemon Go. And now, I have the lost privilege. I have lost everything, I put in that your work into there. And yeah, sometime when you make mistake in life, all that hard work just goes to the trash can. And this is exactly what happened. You waste all that time and effort and, all that hard work and, time, all that every single energy you put in there, it gets thrown out the window, and you could use that for something else. I should have not played Pokemon Go first of all, right? Or I should have just quit very soon, so that way I don't face a permanent ban. And same thing with running. I abused it. I abuse it. I abuse it. Now I take things for granted, and now now I can no longer run. I don't feel like I want to run anymore. So yeah, this is exactly what happens, right? then I know why I want to run so hard. You know why I want to get back to it quick, because I just feel desperate, to beat my record. I know that I only have one life, and I know that I try and stay motivated, but the health is the bottom line. Is health the bottom line, and you just have to at least learn your mistake. If those two doesn't happen, then if I don't follow these two rules, then I'm just not gonna go anywhere. Period. Even if I have a lots of talent to do something, but if I'm feeling constantly hurt like this, like it's gonna be very hard, and it's gonna be very challenging. So this is why I'm frustrated about this, right? And yeah, and when I keep, yeah, like I said, just in general, like if you keep repeating the same mistake over and over again, then there's definitely something wrong with you, right? And it's gonna get people very concerned about you, and people do have the right to be concerned about me, because they just cannot ignore this. Like they see this as a problem, right? Man, that's just a lot of problem. Like I can talk throughout this video, right? And I got a problem with other people, that really support me. You didn't have to listen to this, man. You cannot defend me anymore, after this injury. Because you know what the true personality I am, right? There's some things that I don't tell you that I actually lied. So you cannot think that, everything I say is true now. And tell me I'm a good person. I'm a good person, but not really that good. I'm not that level yet. And I don't have a greatness, to become a celebrity. Look, man, I'm not being low in confidence, man. That's just the truth. It's because of, it's because, the way I act. And sometimes I like to act very cocky, I've been acting like really weird lately. I've been doing lots of weird stuff that you have no idea, like what's going on with my life. People now get even worried even more, because now I do like a lots of weird stuff, that could technically, like drop me, or now, I just saying a bunch of weird stuff, now, I do lots of weird things, that makes me happy. Okay, so this is what I definitely learned, in life. Facts over feeling. You cannot do things based on your feeling, because if you do things, on how you feel all the time, then you're not going to be successful. Like I always feel like I always want to, go, beat my record, right? I feel very upset if I don't get it, and look what happened when I overdo it. Now, my body's injured, and see, it's because of my feelings, right? I know that people do tend to refuse to admit their mistake, is because they feel like it's part of them. They feel like it makes them happy. I know that being happy is very important, but if you realize that there's something wrong, you have to try to stop it right away. Even though it hurts your feelings, you need to learn how to take pains in life. How to not to walk in the wrong direction. Right now what I'm doing is correct, but before what I did is very wrong. I know that sometimes if you don't want to take the wrong path, I know sometimes it really hurts you, but it's for people who don't have mental mind. Sometimes I just want to go more physical, and that's not good. If you don't have that mental toughness, you're gonna suffer even more pain. And that is true. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. And this is exactly what happened. When I don't have patience, when I do want to beat my record all the time, when I don't care about my body, now I suffer even more pain than than the pain that I should have dealt with, right? Which makes me look very dumb. I look like an idiot talking to this stupid your video. Well, I have to do this to expose myself. And I don't mind people, now, probably rant about me or probably expose me because I deserve what I got, right? And if that, I mean, sorry, it's a little topic. If the insurance or if the company or if my parent, like my mom or dad, does not want to pay my medical bill and I have to force pay, I'll pay it. You know, so that way, I don't repeat this ever again, right? How about I pay all that, $1,000 I earn? How about it goes to to the doctor? They give me no treatment, and now I'm just being a dumb idiot that injured myself. See how dumb I am? You, I mean, I should have listened, to my friend or to my people, go get therapy, help myself. But no, I cost myself even more money. I mean, if you go to therapy, I know that it will cost you maybe few $100s, but you talked about you're saving $1,000 right now, and you're saving a lifetime cost. I even learned that in at college, like sometimes learning so sometimes getting therapy does save you a few $1,000s, even though it costs a lot of money, right? I get, like, there's a lot of people that you don't trust, right? But if people have the license and people know what they're talking about, you should go to the expert one. I'd rather you go to the expert one than to the cheap one, right? Look, man, I shouldn't feel sorry for myself at the end of the day. I mean, I have to explain this again. Like, this type, I've been having issues like every single year. And this should not happen. I'm supposed to grow up as an adult, but sometimes I still like to act like I'm a little kid that likes to throw tantrum. Like, if things does not happen a certain way, it hurts my feeling and I have to throw a tantrum. And this is not okay. And this is why people have to treat me immaturely, right? Yeah, exactly, man. This era is very soft. People cry and complain about everything, and I'm one of those soft people, right? And now I'm feeling pain. Now, like, I even complain myself, like, I need to go to the hospital. Some people are in the same pain as me, and they don't call 911. They don't do that. That's how much of how soft I am, right? I am really soft, really weak, mental-minded. Really don't want to change myself. Really want to stay comfortable. You stay comfortable all the time, you're not going to be successful too. I'm telling you that much. You can search it up on the internet. They'll tell you the same thing as I'm saying. Right? I should be disappointed in myself. And if there's a lot of people that want to avoid you, if there's a lot of people that want to unfriend you or unfollow you or block you, you have a problem. I didn't tell everybody that I got blocked on social media. Now I think my friends know, but the other people that care about me, now I'm gonna have to tell them once I meet them. Like, people's been blocking me, because I have an issue, right? I feel like this needs to be addressed out, right? So I think I do have a chance of seeing my bright future. If I want a future now, I have to change myself right now. Right now. Don't wait. Because if you wait, then things are not going to go back normal, and you're going to realize that you feel sorry, and it will be too late. You cannot go back. And don't regret this. Don't copy what I do, okay? I know I'm going to have to... Maybe I should not age restrict this video. I don't think I should, because now kids has to learn, how to not be like me. I hope some little kid who watches video, some random kid, because now I have like about 2,000 subscribers. Hopefully hopefully they take this personally, and hopefully, you know, they tell to their parents, and make sure, you know, when they grow up or when they're young, hopefully they are not in this situation. I hope nobody goes through this situation, because it is not good, and it is very suffering, and it worries a lot of people, right? I know sometimes I have to make this type of video so that way, you know, sometimes I make it over and over again. I know it gets repetitive, but there will be new people, you know, that I do not want them to go through this, because this is unnecessary, right? And I do not want them to lose, you know, their privilege, their life. You know, suffer, you know, so consequences that they can never recover. I do not want them to happen. See? I do not want that. I'm not saying this to scare you. This is actually true. And I've been acting very cocky and arrogant. You know, saying that, you know, and this is what also got me injured, because you're acting cocky arrogant. So if you act cocky arrogant, you think you can do more than you can handle. And that can be a problem, because that really like backfire you, and then, you know, it can really, you know, harm you. And that is seriously dangerous. So yeah, like I've been coming up with a little problem. I keep complaining a lot. I complain about this world. I complain a lot. Even little things, you know, already got me upset and complain. Well, if going to see a therapist is an option, then it will be an option. Because I cannot afford myself to go visit the doctor. Because eventually, money will run out. Eventually, I'll go in debt, and then eventually, you know, I have to suffer for the rest of my life, and then, you know, I'm gonna have to live homeless, and then I'm just gonna have to suffer in debts, and I will not be able to live, you know, the life I have right now. If God gives me another chance, I'm not gonna waste it anymore. You're gonna run out of chance eventually, and you're just gonna have to suffer. You know, there's just no part, and nobody's gonna help you. You know, right after this. Right now, there's people who are around, you know, that can still help me, right? You keep going through this path, you keep doing this, you keep doing that. People are eventually, you know, gonna run out of resource, or they're eventually gonna give up on you, and then you're just gonna have to be alone, you know, suffering all this. And this is what I'm seeing right now, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to end off this video, and thank you for listening, and bye bye.